Anthony Davis has been a beast during these playoffs, not just this series, but these playoffs. An absolute defensive force, provoking LeBron James to say he's the best defensive player in the league. And he's playing like it right now. He's already a 3-time first team all defense, I believe. So he's got those accolades, but he is playing like the best defensive player in the league. Averaging, Rob, 22, 14, and 3 blocks, or nearly 3 blocks in this series with the Warriors. And DeMarcus Cousins gave AD some serious props recently, I believe, on a podcast. Here he is.
He's probably the most talented two-way player to ever, touch the floor. And when he's committed and when his mind is focused and in the right place, he's on any given night going to be the best player on the floor on both ends. Just his versatility alone. We've praised his versatility since he's stepped foot in the league. We know what he is on the defensive side of the ball. Like I said, when he's locked in and focused, and also when his health is in a good place, he's one of the best players to touch the floor. So we're witnessing that now. He's dominating in the series. He's a game changer every night for this team, regardless if he's scoring or not. He's just a special, special talent. He's shown it throughout his entire career.
Now, Rob, I'm not going to be too critical of DeMarcus Cousins.
I do want to say this, Chris. He did take part in the NBA broadcast boot camp at USC, which I teach in the summer. He was one of the players who came.
So he wants to do this.
He was one of the players. So I just want to give you some insight. And he did pretty well. No, but he did pretty well at at USC.
Well, yes.
I don't know if I was grading him now, I don't know if I would give him an A, but I'm just saying.
Right. Well, you got to know him then.
A little bit.
And I didn't know him well, but I talked to him in somewhat in depth, once in the locker room. Because he was, he came at me. I mean, I walked up to him to talk to him, but he came at me like I had said something about him. I don't remember what it was, but he didn't like it.
And what did he say? Did he flex? Did he like?
Yeah, it was something
flex?
like, "Oh, you said that, you whatever." I can't remember.
Whatever, Chris Broussard. Whatever.
Yeah, it was something.
Whatever, Chris Broussard. You never made the NBA. You're light skinned.
He didn't go that far.
Okay.
Oh, no, don't talk about light skin now. There's tons of light skinned brothers in the NBA doing work now. But anyway, but I said to him, I said, "Well, look, that's why you should talk. That's why I'm coming up to you to talk to you, to get your opinion on stuff. Like." And so if you don't talk to me, then I'm just going off what I see. But if you talk to me, then I can get your viewpoint. And we texted a few times after that. But, I don't have a big relationship with him. I don't want to give that impression. But I did in that conversation with him, Rob. DeMarcus's reputation or just image that people thought of him was of this, he was just a guy that had a lot of technicals and blew up a lot.
He was a nice guy and being around him, Chris. Yeah,
that's why I was saying you probably got to know him a bit, because I got the impression that he was intelligent, he was thoughtful, and I'm not surprised he has a lot to say about topics like this, because he seemed like a really good guy in the few moments that I did spend with him. So I'm sure you felt the same way.
I did. He was nice, personable, took criticism, Chris, like we critique them. We do all kinds of stuff like debate, all this other stuff. And he was really, really, listening, trying to figure it out and stuff like that. So I had nothing but, a positive experience with him. But I know to this day, it still has to kill him that he had a chance at 206 max, and it didn't happen.
I think he you don't think about it.
You can't. It'll drive you crazy, right?
Now, he did, in fair, he had a backs contract before that.
Yeah, but
so he did make plenty of money. But
a 206 that he never got.
More.
And you remember, after that, he bounced around to about 5 different teams.
I just wouldn't even think about it. Go on with your life.
No, you're right. Otherwise, you'd be sick.
Because he's rich anyway. I ain't going to shed no tears for him. He mega wealthy if he's smart with his money. So, but this comment, I heard DeMarcus. I only heard the clip. But a few weeks ago, when it looked like Jokic was going to win the MVP, he also had a clip saying something like, he was saying Jokic shouldn't get it for a third straight time because he was saying like that would mean, and Rob G, see if you can find the actual clip because I'm paraphrasing, but it was something to the effect of that'll mean he's the best player ever. Because Jordan didn't do it, LeBron didn't do it, and I ain't ready to give Jokic that he ain't won a championship. He can't be the best player ever. Again, that's one thing. He got to learn the history of the game because obviously Jokic would not have been the first to win 3 in a row. Bird, Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain.
But
Larry
those
Bird,
are things
Bill
like you
Russell.
can't be making that statement that he's
Right.
Oh, he won it three times in a
That
row.
means he's the
the
best
greatest player. What?
You're right.
Well,
right.
Chris, I have the quote, and you may have taken it a little bit out of context.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Go ahead.
So here's
'Cause
what
like
he
I said,
said.
I
Good
only
to
saw
get it.
the
Good
clip.
to get it. Yep.
So he said, can we sit here and say right now today that Jokic is not only the best big to ever play, but the best basketball player to ever touch a ball with 3 MVPs in a row? I'm not comfortable saying that.
So what? Read it again, though?
So the insinuation was if he were to win 3 MVPs in a row,
wouldn't
something
be- right.
that would put him in the rarefied air of being the best player or one of the best players ever. And he's saying, I'm not comfortable saying that.
Yeah, that's different.
Okay. So he said being one of the okay.
Yeah.
But this one obviously I don't know. I mean, he said I'm assuming he was using hyperbole to say Anthony Davis is the best two-way talent we've ever seen to ever play. But I don't know. That's what he said, Rob. That's not true. As good as Anthony Davis is, Rob, there's no way he's
Right,
the
and
best
that's the
two-way.
issue, Chris. You can't if you got to qualify it. There's a reason, and for as well as he plays, and I get all that. There are a lot of down nights and stinkers and other games inconsistent where we talk about it all the time. That's why you can't. It sounds good. Well, when his head is screwed on right and he's totally focused, he's one of the best players. Well, but
He
that's
said
not
the best two-way.
right. Well, that's just not the case.
I don't care how focused he is. He ain't the best two-way
Right.
talent the league has ever seen. His teammate LeBron James was a better two-way player. If you focus them both to 150%, who was better? LeBron. Michael Jordan. Kareem was a heck of a defensive player during his heyday.
There's too many
That's too
qualifiers.
much.
Chris.
Olajuwon. Kawhi is a phenomenal two-way.
Right.
I'm sorry, I can't. Because Anthony Davis is not a great shooter. He's not a great post-up player. He's very good offensively when he's focused. Very good offense. But he don't have the jumper of Jokic too, but of Joel Embiid, mid-range. And he won't take you down on the block even when focused consistently and just pummel you like he could. So, I think the spirit of what DeMarcus is saying is fine.
It was just
That he's a
high praise.
Right. I'm hoping it was hyperbole. He didn't mean it literally.
High praise at a moment where AD was playing well, Chris, and you want to give the guy some credit, and I get it. But yeah, let's not get over it. If you got to qualify everything, that should tell you all you need to know.
Why you lack focus, Rob?
Right.
Because DeMarcus did say that, and that's true. When he's focused, he's much better.
Right.
Why in the world should you lack ever? I mean, occasionally maybe, right? They're human. But every few games, that should not happen. And he's good enough offensively in today's league, especially when they don't have a lot of bigs playing down near the basket, where he, like you said, Rob, at least 15 every night, but for the blue moon stinker that every player can have, he should be beasting people on a nightly basis.
Right. He should. He's that talented.
I don't know why you would lack the focus.